In today's video, we're going to talk about the Anthropocene era and how we got to it. The Anthropocene era is the current geological age we are living in. It is characterized by the fact that human activity has been the prevailing influence over the climate and the environment of Earth.
We're able to manipulate the environment to suit our needs like hydroelectric dams, modified foods, and farming lands. We are able to create things like symbolic language to preserve what we learned for generations.
Expansion and interconnection. As the world grew smaller through exploration, the world zones collided and collective learning occurred on a global scale.
The Enlightenment. Ideas spread and individuals gain more economic powers, and a dramatic change in thinking occurred. The Enlightenment was a European intellectual movement that changed the way people thought about government, philosophy, and the individual. It occurred in the 17th and 18th centuries.
The Industrial Revolution. As people shared goods and ideas, innovation accelerated out of necessity to compete in a global marketplace. This led to the Industrial Revolution, which was a major shift in agriculture and the production of goods in the 18th and 19th centuries. The Industrial Revolution. As people shared goods and ideas, innovation accelerated out of necessity to compete in a global marketplace. This led to the Industrial Revolution, which was a major shift in agriculture and the production of goods in the 18th and 19th centuries. The Industrial Revolution is a period of technological innovation starting in England late in the 18th century that resulted in a major change in the way goods were produced and caused a major shift in global economics.
The Atlantic Revolutions, American, French, and Hitler Revolution all saw people overthrowing their monarchy governments in favor of democracy, constitutions, and immunitated rights. Democracy, democrats, and republics become more widespread, overtaking monarchs in Europe and the Americas. Imperialism. Definition: a policy of extending a country's power and influence through democracy. Imperialism. Definition: a policy of extending a country's power and influence through diplomacy or military force. European and American countries began to take over other territories to gain natural resources and markets in which to sell their machine-made goods. Nationalism. Definition: an extreme form of this, especially marked by a feeling of superiority over other countries, led to patriotism, racism, and concepts like social Darwinism. Fascism. Definition: an authoritarian and nationalistic right-wing system of government and a social organization. It relies heavily on tradition, unity, nationalism, and often racism. Examples: Italy and Germany during World War II.
Economic ideas. Keynesian economics, an economic idea that the government should help stimulate the economy by creating jobs according to the Keynes. This was how countries could break the cycle of economic depression. Technological innovations. advancements in communication, the telephone and telegraph, transportation, trains, steam engines, steamships, cars, airplanes, medicine, discovery of germs, vaccinations, x-rays, production, machines, factories, assembly lines, entertainment, radio, movie theaters, photography, theme parks, weaponry, tanks, submarines, machine guns.
So the Atlantic revolutions and democracy were caused by the Enlightenment Revolution because people wanted to have rights and the freedom to make their own laws on their terms. Imperialism is caused mostly by the need for resources and to expand worldly influence. Fascism and nationalism. Should we set that example of what would happen if people are lying to what they're doing and if government have too much power? Capitalism, a system of trading money. Technological advances raise the amount produced. It's the main economical idea of democracy. Communism. Everyone has an equal chance to have a job, and everyone is equal. It seems like a alright idea, but leads to the naturalistic and fascist government of Stalin's rule in Russia. The Keynesian economic idea led to the building of dams, railroads, and during the Great Depression, rebuilding the U.S. to be economically stable.
Advancements in communication and transportation were caused by the Industrial Revolution. During the Industrial Revolution, ideas and goods were shared. New ways to travel and communicate faster were needed, and this led to the development of steam engines and the telegraph and telephone.
Which all leads to World War I and World War II, caused by innovations in weaponry with new ways to wage war and production to create those weapons and entertainment for propaganda for that era. Political reasons, the nationalistic and fascist Italy and Germany during World War II wanted to felt superior over other nations and led war. And Japan's reasons for entering World War II were for more resources and spread their influence.